Okay, we're taking a walk right now up to, oh, here's another pile of turds that I'm not sure what it is. It's the size of it. Looks like it was pretty liquid when it came out. But I'm going to show you what the normal deer turds look like around here. Because we're going to go right over there, follow these tracks around. There's more of that stuff and more. But normal deer turds look like those right there and those right over there. But I have seen some deer turds that look something like this. Looks like diarrhea going all the way to this pile. We follow it right to that pile. I only see deer tracks right here, so chances are it's deer. See, there's another pile of normal. There's another pile of normal. There's another pile of normal. Look at the tracks. It's just been in the last 3 days since the last snowstorm. So anyway, we're on my way to where we put a camera a week or so ago. You can see it in one of the previous videos. All this deer turd, but this is normal. That's normal. Those are normal. There's some deer. Another one. There's a few deer piss holes in the snow. This trail in the wintertime gets a lot of use. As you can see, there's more. There's deer going that way. There's more deer and other critters going this way. I have yet to see any human footprints along here. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit because we've got a ways to go to get to where we're going. Now these looks like pads without claws. Again, there has only been 3 days go by since this snow fell. Here's another path following. The brook is in that direction and going down through. So what we're seeing is 3 days activity on this trail. It's a big branch off right here. A quarter mile in that direction is where we have a lot of other cameras. Hopefully most of this stuff is headed that way. The big guy that left that, or the little guy that on one of my recent videos, I pointed out that I have in the spring normally a camera right there on that pole looking up through here. Judging from these pad prints down here, I'm not sure what that is. It could be my neighborhood raccoon over there because I see claw marks on those little ones over there. Anyhow, once again, let's get back on this trail. We've got a ways to go. Burning daylight. There's another small storm coming this afternoon. It's supposed to be a small storm coming in this afternoon and tonight. See, here's another big crossroads. Again, the brook is in that direction, and where I want to set up a couple more cameras is in that direction. And as the crow flies, the camera that we put out last week, that you can see on a video that I'll link to below in the description, is directly in that direction. But we have a crossroads here, going through here, and now the rest of my path that I'm taking is pretty empty, except for I got a feeling that and then way over here, bigger than one stride for me, and then way over there, I think is a jackrabbit. I'm sure that one of my brothers will chime in and tell me I'm wrong. These are all pad prints, but they look like they have claws. So we're probably talking about coyotes here. But this is a coyote territory and a deer territory. Some of them left a gift for us right here. Now the critters are picking it up on my path again. I don't know what that was snapping. That could be a Bigfoot. It's pretty, looks pretty Bigfootish out in this area. Whoa, let's not think about that. Let's keep moving. Starting to see a mix of footprints as we get up to this territory up here. This is the area I told you in my previous video that we get a lot of big buck action and a lot of coyote action. Now, look at this trail coming from over in that direction and coming right down through and right down through that way. And there's, can't see it from here probably on the camera, but there's tracks everywhere down there. Wish I had 5 more cameras. Make it 6. Anyway, let's press on. Let's go over to the edge here, and if you recall from my last video from this area, I put the camera where I put it because the tracks weren't going to the old beaver dam anymore, and they were going all out in that area out there. We set up that other camera number 4, so that we could see in general where they were going. Now, when I get down there, which we're not going down that damn hill right there, we're gonna go around. But when I get out there, we're gonna take a walk around and see where the tracks go, because the snow that we're standing on right now was fresh 3 days ago. I see that there's a lot of them going right down around this fence and following the bottom down here. So maybe they're coming right out beside my camera. So let's go take a look. Of course, you gotta ask, you got these little prints right there, and then there's these big paw prints right there coming down through. You got the little ones and you got the big ones. All right, so much for that. Let's get over, see what we can see. See, there's all kinds of pad prints. These aren't deer tracks. These are other critters coming and going here. And there's a whole trail. Now they're forcing me to walk part way down this damn hill where I don't want to go, because there's a well-beaten trail right down there going across over there, heading towards, in a general way, where we got our camera right over down there. So we got to remember that. There's more pad prints going up here, but I'm to the mind that you get out here, there's some of everything on this snow. Look at these guys coming up from here. Anyway, let's get down to where we want to go. There's not a lot going up and down the hill. It looks like something's been sliding hard. We should be getting... Well, I'm going to go all the way around to get to there. Matter of fact, we're going to search out the track situation while we're out here before we get to the camera. So now you remember a week or so ago, in a video linked below in the description, I showed you this area here, and once again I guess I was smart, because there has been nothing going across that dam. There's no tracks at all over there. All the tracks parallel the brook right here, and there's a regular highway right over there. So what we have right here is small deer. Once again, it's been 3 days since this snow. Now over here, there was a spot when we were here last week that I saw where they were jumping across, but I don't see any sign of that right now. But on the other side, I see a heavily beaten trail, but it's not going across where the dam used to be. Damn it. Nothing's hanging around there. You can see one set of footprints where it went close to it on the other side, but then turned around. And there's, again, these here, it looks like just turned around. So, we have tracks going in this direction. Again, my camera is right over there. We have some tracks going in this direction, and we got some tracks going in front of the camera over there, thank goodness. And the tracks all going like I was talking last week. They all seem to be converging over here and going downstream a bit. The only problem with putting cameras down here is if we get much more snow and then it starts melting, it's impossible to get to a camera for as much as a month or so out in the middle of all this stuff, because this is all wet underwater. 2 years ago, me and Jim thought we were in quicksand out here. Now here's a heavily beaten down path. And on the brook up in this area is a place where a small bridge washed down during the Mother's Day floods about 15 years ago. And I'm wondering if they're using that to cross. We're gonna go find out. Just look at this. This is heavily beat down right here. But it may be taking us to another old small beaver dam at the same time. Let's get over there and look. Oh, just south of that beaver dam. But man, they're doing some crossing here. Doing a lot of crossing here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that old bridge is washed up down there a ways. Hard to tell. I would love to fly a drone right down this alley here and right up around the bend, and then we could really see the lay of the land. What we're looking at right over there is an old beaver dam that I used to have a camera at. Used to get some action at a distance and did get one or two deer crossing it. But as fate would have it, I got it the hell out of there. But not before getting a coyote wading across the brook over here, when one would imagine he would have taken and jumped where that old beaver dam used to be. But nope, he either waded or swam. I think he swam across up there. There's a lot of tracks over on the other side going up and down. So I'm not sure. We're gonna head over to the camera now. I'm not sure where yet I'm gonna put a camera. This is easy walking because this is all frozen right now. We had a lot of ice and only an inch or less of snow on top of it. So it's making the walking pretty easy. Pretty easy. But one good snowstorm and it's gonna be tough getting out here. A couple of good rainstorms and it's gonna be even tougher. So there seems to be This trail we're looking at right here goes right up into the woods and right up the hill up there. That's where we were standing up there when I was pointing out the tracks, or one of the places I was pointing out the tracks. They've even been crashing through the brook. See, there's a little tributary right here, and that's why when the warmer weather gets, it's hard to get on this side where I'm standing right now, because that turns into water, mud, or unsafe hollow ice. But this looks like it'd be a good place to put a camera, but I'm not gonna put one here today, I don't think. Let's go in and take another look. 2 years ago, we're in the damn picky bushes. 2 years ago, which I showed you on the previous video, linked in the description below. 2 years ago, I had a camera facing this area down here in high hopes of getting a bobcat wandering one of these dead logs over here. That never happened. I got lots of deer, but here's some pad prints walking that way, coming down from up there. I had the camera right up in there pointing down towards where I am right now. Might be worthwhile putting one there now. I'm going to stop and think about that for a few minutes. Okay, we did indeed put a camera in this spot. Looking right down here. I'll leave it here for a couple of weeks. See what we have coming up on this trail. Okay. Let's go swap the card out in the ones we dropped off. Look at these pad prints. Those footprints. There's more prints. Got deer coming right past our camera over there. Hopefully we've got some action on here. The camera's been out about 10 days now, 13, 12. So it's had plenty of time to tell us what has been going through here. Now this is the camera right there. This is all fresh stuff in the last 3 days. Hoping to see something besides deer here, but we'll take what we get. So it was out here for about 7 days before the last snow started falling. So these tracks that we're looking at are only 3 days worth. I'm going to change the card in this camera, and we'll see what this camera has seen in the last 10 days. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching so far, but I got sad news to tell you. For the last 10 days, I've had that trail camera out there, only to find out this morning that I failed to turn it on. I know that none of you guys has ever made that mistake before, and for me it's a common occurrence. So anyhow, this is it. Thanks for watching.